hope you do get the full 3 map. I think that overpass would be very juicy based on what we saw the last time these two teams played. That was a very, very action-packed third map with Flay putting on a superstar performance to win the day for them. We're about to get into the action. Our first semi-final between these two teams. They met on LAN 3 weeks ago. That was a 9 victory in 2-1 fashion. Different veto, same stakes. Gentlemates looking for revenge.
Let's go. Let's do it immediately then. 9 straight out the gate, straight in towards middle. Davi immediately receiving contact, and at least he's got the info. But look at how fast this is. 9 immediately in donut. Sassol to be tested with the dualies.
He's got a lot on his plate here, and well, Flay has removed his support, and then out through main comes Kragan. Quick kill, and that's the dual Beretta's dropped. Alpaz looking to play your big box, but look at the way that he's tucked around. Sedgshot crawls around that corner. It's looking very positive for a 9 victory on this pistol. Just tucking into these little angles, making it so hard for the CTs to find any fights. Martinez with the dual Beretta as he's left in this 1v5, unwinnable. Getting out's impossible. They're blocking the door behind him and in front. He finds a single kill, that'll feel like at least something. He's penned in. They're gonna let him go down to the bomb? Maybe. Oh, that's a sad way for the pistol to end.
Nope, Sedgshot will remove him right at the end. He will go down with the ship, but I love that pacing. And Rolls loves to call an aggressive ancient T side. You're going to see a lot of these splits through A. I love the fact that Flay is just saying, do you know what? Even before this red room smoke has landed, we're going to get out, we're going to run through middle, in towards donut within 10 seconds. And as you say, support network completely removed from the dual Beretta player that was boosted on Sassol. And you can't really do a whole lot. Forced by immediate, not a single SMG. It's straight in with the 5.7s and the Kevlar. And Gentlemates might look to get a little bit aggro here towards Cave.
Yeah, quite possibly. There's nothing here at the moment. Very passive for 9. They're expecting some sort of aggression, and Alex is going to crawl down behind this smoke. The T-side will wait for the fade. And there's that fight being offered up. Martinez spotted top ramp. And I know exactly how to approach this round. They'll wait and see if Gentlemates make that overstep. You start this last couple of smokes. And it should just be a matter of grouping and taking some control. We saw on that nuke yesterday that 9, when it comes to these sort of rounds, they're happy to take their time with it. Good discipline. And making sure they don't fall to these sort of force buys. I think he's going to hear those footsteps. Get this kill, yeah, nice. Rolls falls straight to the face of Davi. And he'll just move over towards A main, which has just been smoked at a fantastic timing.
Yeah, as soon as the contact came in, Sassol dropped it. That molly's not going to affect him either, and they're going to be so paranoid about Donut now that his position is potentially going to be completely overlooked. Backs turned, and Davi and Sassol, they've made the most out of that opportunity. The bait and switch a success story, and now 9 have got limited time. 15 seconds, smoke up in a Donut, but Martinez is holding the cross, and now Beanox has got no opportunity. They just hang around for way too long. Davi takes the contact in middle. After they secure all of the space down B, 9 feel like there's only one way to go, but Gentlemates are 2 steps ahead.
Yeah, just when I'm praising 9 for this kind of methodical approach, making sure they don't trip over their shoelaces, they end up falling into the exact trap that was being set by Gentlemates. Rolls gets caught in mid, sure, that's one thing, but the smoke timing, the decision to push through, that positioning from Sassol towards the left-hand box is perfection. All eyes focused on Donut. Couldn't have gone better for Gentlemates. End up scooping up those rifles. And 9 will have to go for the Tech 9 force bite.
That's going to be a frustrating one, right? Because you're the one that initially sets the tempo in the pistol. And here, Gentlemates, they buy pistols of their own, and they just show that they're not afraid to fight. I mean, this second shot from Martinez. Does he even see him? No, he's just pre-firing. Brilliant, onto Beanox. That's a crushing blow to take early if your roll's a 9 and immediately you get thrown into a tech pause. You can't talk about any of the mistakes that have just happened. You just have to sit and stew in the reality that you've just been force-bought and you've lost to all of these pistols. You've just given them all of the rifles as well. A lot of Galils, maybe a couple of AKs have also been scooped up by Gentlemates. And now your buy without a bomb plant isn't going to be the most amazing thing in the world. This is actually the worst possible thing to happen for you on this T side.
Now you got to stew in it for a bit, don't you? Just to make matters worse. Yeah, I think I saw Tech 9s across the group. Cool that we have the home team here as well. It'd be nice to see Gentlemates make it to that grand final. We do have a little bit of an audience in the facility here.
Always good to see. Also, obviously, of course, got this game going on at the moment, but then a little bit later, we've got to talk about Kalesi. The fact that they've been able to overwhelm Focus, who I think is one of those teams that is, I think, a hot commodity. A lot of players are talking about them. And of course, Kalesi, they were the team that had Flay. Flay moved from Kalesi to 9. So they are immediately bouncing back. They made it through the close qualifier of the LORGAR rankings. They're now at LAN with their new AWPer, their new friend, quite literally. And now they're also in the semi-final. So that's an interesting storyline as well.
Potentially, we could get a 9-20 grand final. That would be quite something then. Some fun storylines developing.
Beautiful trophy.
Yeah, Kalesi will have their work cut out for them against a team like Sinners.
Yes.
Your attendees who have been on a fantastic run.
Oh, look at the buy. That's what I was saying, right? Like the fact that you don't get a bomb plant in the previous, the fact that you lose just the 5.7s. There's a Galil, an AK that got scooped, all the M4s and all the utility out as well for Gentlemates. And it is just Tech 9s, and it is going to be a quick B split, you imagine, out of 9. They might try and change the acceleration. They do this quite commonly when they've got the Tech 9s. They group up, they take the space over at ramp, and they just try and execute, and they'll try and bowl over Alex.
Smoke will land, but probably ineffectual. They're already up, but Alex at long range has done a fantastic job. And then everyone else stepping in at the same time. Try and get this bomb down if you got this player up, but Alex doesn't want to even allow that. Sedgshot was afraid to progress, but nothing really happening towards heaven. May as well have been an eco at this point.
Tell you what, there was obviously a lot of predictability here. Like 9, they just have 2 modes when they have the Tech 9s, that they will either rush B or they'll rush A. And as soon as you catch wind of it, I mean, Gentlemates, they had a good double layer in, nice shot over towards A. But at B, they had really good protocols, right? They dropped the nade deep in towards ramp early. Mopos threw a flashbang that just banked out of cave and blinded the players coming out of the doors. And that creates so much separation, and it makes 9 so disjointed coming into that bomb site that actually they go ahead of the utility. They start progressing up the ramp before the smoke's even up, like here with Alex and Martinez. But also, Sedgshot can't get off his flash because he's so worried about someone potentially peeking in from heaven because of that flash that Mopos threw. So really nice sort of protocols put in place by Gentlemates to counter any sort of aggression from 9 on either extremity. And we're speaking about either extremity because it was B, and out to Felico, and 9 are going to the other direction. They're going A.
He's going to try and go for a pop play with his flashbang, and it's gone nice and deep and decent timing. But disengage, well, it was good. And Davy G steps in to make sure that bomb can't be planted. Managed to find that kill, but nothing off it. And said shot, yeah, nothing for him to achieve here, unfortunately. And I think they know you're in here. Peekaboo. They find you. Happy with how that one played out. 3-1 start for Gentlemates. Fantastic situation. Martinez can get out the AWP as well. Almost ideal that you lose a player there. It gives you the reason to buy the AWP.
Yeah, in a weird way, yes. Brilliant. Oh, my voice went. Amazing. Brilliant, anyway, that they can get out the AWP. Fast again. Out of 9, they are really putting the pace on. Now, full eco didn't work. Full gun round still doesn't work. Martinez finds the opener, and he breaks open the smoke to get a second. Mopos then gets in on the act. Davig's already rotated in towards back of the site. You got a third player in Donut. There is just no room at all to maneuver. 4-9. Martinez moves over. Beanox will catch wind of him, but it isn't a clean conversion. It isn't one kill back. Finally, he will find the headshot, but it could just be too little too late, because that is the first kill both Rolls and Beanox have found in this map so far. They need 4 more.
And blocked off as well, so no chance to go hunting for further headshots. They do have a fair bit of time to work with, so they can reroute and see if they can find a different way into this. Isolate a fight, put it into the 2-on-3, and suddenly you're cooking. It's crossfiring towards middle. Oh, there we go. Player spotted. Just going to draw Davig over to help out Mopos. And they're not giving any easy fights over. Potential chance on this crawl. And as soon as Davig spots a slither, just falls back. 30 seconds. Has to be a commitment in this direction. And Mopos is holding this red room crawl. They don't have a lot of time to clear thoroughly. They won't check their corners. Mopos will strike and take down both.
Really good. Again, fundamentals on display in the mid-round to ensure the Gentlemates will secure the round, and they're not giving up any additional kills whatsoever. I love that. The fact that Mopos just jiggles red for him, backs out, and tucks himself in the corner. Same story, same conversation, right? Davig, another jiggle on Donut. As soon as he takes contact, he falls back. He's not giving any opportunity for there to be an individual fight. And even if there is, for example, this Mopos one, he's always going to grab at least 1 kill before being traded. It just makes it a lot more manageable for the Gentlemates. Martinez, brilliant. The reaction so far out of Gentlemates, the responsiveness of all the rotates coming in is something to keep in mind for Rolls later on, because you've just only shown one mode, acceleration, foot through the floor at the moment, 4-9. And that means the Gentlemates are jumping. There's a potential, now when you get the guns out next, to throw in a little bit of a fake. I'm expecting to see a bit more of a default when the guns come out as well.
Pop through here. Flash comes over. Disengage is good. 2 riflers and Donut playing off each other. You should know this won't be too much more than upgraded pistols. Maybe a MAC-10 at most. Mate's not going to be facing aggressively. Give any opportunity to give away one of these rifles. Again, on this A site, Martinez has his AWP. He's been a mean hand with it so far. He'll be called upon again here. Southall's going to fall towards default. And the AWP, looking for shots in towards Donut. Can't quite pick them, but the rifle is doing the work. Martinez gets 1 in towards main, and now both eyes focus in towards Donut. 1 kill comes through for Rouse, but he's brought down to 28 HP. Now he's peeking into 2 layered rifles, and that's not going to end well for him.
No, absolutely not. And again, it's got to be said, really good discipline on display for Gentlemates. As you said, Lucy, right? They understand what they're going up against. It's just going to be Tech 9s. What does that mean? You don't really need to fight. You don't really need to push extremities. You don't need to go searching for answers, because the answers will eventually come to you in one form or another. So you just set up in these crossfires. You allow them a lot of space in towards middle, a lot of space in towards ramp, and That might be a false sense of security as well for 9 moving forward. Rails and Beanox going to take the space immediately. 3 in mid, a big crunch, and daviG will get the best of Cedric despite the elbow smoke missing. And Nade goes forward to try and help and aid him out, and maybe he doesn't need any help. Kragan, next victim, in towards middle, and they put a smoke up in towards heaven. Rolls now can't see or trade, and Gentlemates can evacuate the scene of the crime.
See, it's not so bad when you miss the elbow smokes. I think my teammates stop abusing me. You just got to fight forward and win the duels. Rolls looking to get something back, but again, it's just double layering in towards Cave. Flash, ooh, pretty good. Can't find that immediate kill off it. Second one, and the kill comes before the peak even happens. Thing about these rounds is they've not even been close. Felt like any of them have been particularly contestable when there's been a chance to clutch into them. Anytime they go for these fights, it's just so unfair. Only one casualty, the deaths for Gentlemates. Minimal. I'm not even sure it's reached double digits at 7 rounds in.
It's so impressive the way that they are just staging these rounds. The fact that they're able to... In fact, I don't even think they threw an elbow smoke. I think they just wanted to fight directly. I think they wanted to try and allow 9 the opportunity.
No, it actually did. It went in towards the rocky pile.
Okay, unlucky. Well, they threw double flashbangs over the top anyway to almost suggest that they were fighting. Big nade. Big fight for Mopos. And again, I love that it's structured. He just leaves. daviG now invited to have a little bit of a mission. Beanox is holding, but he can't hold on. So now this cave control is established yet again. It's another opening kill for Gentlemates. And 9, the only room they've really got is somewhat in towards the B doors. So you go in towards cave, potentially. You go in towards heaven. That's the only thing you can realistically do. And Mopos is dropping even more utility. Him and daviG are just vacating, but maybe the read's wrong. Or maybe the decision is to reset through middle and have another flank up heaven.
Yeah, surprising they leave Alex on his own when they're in the 5-on-4. You think you'd leave one body here. But now daviG will start to move over. And for the first time, 9 will be allowed space to get this bomb down. Although Flay still has to get up with that bomb, and okay, he will make it over just about. Alex trying to play close. They swing on him, and he has that support behind him. 1 kill from the Tech-9 is all that's offered out. The Deagle searching for Flay. Chances give him, but can't connect that shot. And now Sedshot smoked off in towards cave. Now they know he's here as he spams along. This is impossible for him. Bomb being stuck. And the covering fire, making it impossible for him to spam off that diffuser. Knives come out, and he ends up meeting the bullets instead.
Yeah, there must have been a comm there to get so many players to, again, react to go in towards middle or A. I think they might have heard the run-in over at heaven and just assumed that they weren't going to go in towards cave, and there was still smokes up anyway. So they wanted to rotate. daviG gets there in time, and I love his reposition. He doesn't attempt to spam the smoke in towards short. He just moves over with Alex, so he's got that double layer and in towards long. The most important part there, and why that's necessary, is because 9 had the site, but they needed to get space off of it. Whether that was through short or through long, the point is they needed to try and take an advanced engagement because of where Gentlemates were rotating in from, and they couldn't do it because daviG moved over to be with Alex. And from there, you can just smoke off cave, you can smoke ramp, you can just drop flashes over it. It's so easy for that retake. Very suffocating for 9. And whose map pick was this?
Oh, yeah. It's not quite looking like 9's.
God, daviG's 12-1.
That's the first bomb plant in, what, feels like forever? Since the pistol? Surely not.
Oh, I think it might have been. Time to play my favorite game as well. And that is 9 rounds in. 9 have 12 kills on the server across all of their players. daviG has got 12 just on his own.
It's not so bad. Not so bad at all. These nades started chunking towards middle. Needs to be careful here. Flay might put a death onto his tally. Holding for that cross over, but the flashbang. Oh, it's perfect. Flay can't fight back. Spotted, has to disengage. Beanox can see Martinez's barrel, I believe.
Yeah, he can.
He's locked in on this.
So now,
he
but
knew.
he's, yeah, I was going to say, the issue he's got is he thinks there's a player at long, so he can't move, right?
He could just crawl
At
up
some
and shoot
point,
him.
he's just, yeah, he's got to take the time in, and he's doing it. This is going to work out beautifully. Martinez isn't considering this at all. Alex moves over. He's just really hoping for a chance. There it is. Not going to be ready for the second cave player. Or maybe you are. Rolls ready for Mopos. Alex will step in, but it's a lot of damage inflicted by Beanox before he's taken to the grave. But Alex just keeps on firing. Player disadvantage now for 9, but at least they've got the site.
I got his bomb down, and I thought the incendiary was going to land on set shot. Little HP would have been a real troublesome point for him. Instead, he steps forward. If he pre-fired that smoke, would have found the kill. Instead, wants to take the fight deep, and he will remove Salsol. Now, on the slink back out, removes Alex, can't adjust, and it's into the 1v1. WG, 6 bullets left, has not got many in the chamber, but doesn't need many to get rid of Rolls. Has the idea. Locating him's the tricky part. The timing looks good, and just about getting it done. 9 get their second round of Sedgett and Rolls in the post plant.
I tell you what, you spoke about the ammo for Davy G, but it's Rolls' last bullet of his magazine that gets the killing blow in that clutch. Right, yeah, sure. That's how you get the opening kill, Sasso. Brilliant responsiveness. I love that they are aware for that second player in a cave. Beanox just takes the time, and he had to at that very moment. I was really worried that he'd waited too long, but no. Finds the outcome. Streaming, gaming, or sim racing, there's one solution. It's LORGAR ready to play. You can see the banner here on the graphic. You can see the banner down below on the stream. To click and get involved with it. 9 get involved finally with a gun round, and Beanox further instrumental to 9's successes. We'll get an opening kill onto Martinez. That's the AWP dropped early again at the hands of Beanox.
Yeah, this one's just a bit of a fight down ramp too, so a huge pick for Beanox. Oh, okay. Well, Davy G didn't have a chance to shoot back there. Rolls removes his head quickly, and an awkward duel for Alex doesn't go his way. This round feeling a lot better for 9. As Mopos just walks straight to his death. That's the B bomb site open for business. And 9 will comfortably get this third round, and that was necessary given they lost almost everybody in the round prior. They can keep the player count up in this one, and they can be feeling better going into these last 2 rounds.
Yes, so they can, and also what's important is for both of these teams, the strength lies in the defense. You're looking at a 43% win rate for Gentlemates when the sides swap over. When the sides swap over for 9, they have an incredibly impressive CT stat. 66% win rate on the CT side. So actually this scoreline, whilst it looks a little bit touch and go, it looks a little bit dicey. If 9 get a 4th or a 5th round here, which it feels like potentially could be possible, there's every opportunity that they are right back in this fight. Do not let this scoreline deceive you, because whilst it's looked brilliant and some of these rounds haven't looked overly competitive, the strength is in the defense. The offenses on Ancient have been poor for both of these teams recently.
Rolls quicker, but once in towards Cade, that break on the smoke, no way! That should not have favored Rolls, but it might not matter. The fight's in middle. Rolled back, at least into the even steading. Rolls on 2 HP, Salsal not in a much healthier position. Still, you have the AWP of Martinez here on B. About to be tested as all 3 Ts get ready to move into this bomb site. Well, they throw that molly and don't quite commit off it. It's Rolls crawling forward. Martinez should have this kill every day, you feel. Is there going to be a flashbang?
Has to be.
Misses the mark. Easy pick. The Flame might catch him on this crawl back. Nice shot. Straight to the dome. And now with Salsal low, this feels a whole lot better for 9. Bomb being planted. Flay looking to take space. Bomb actually not committed, but a foot seen and a life taken. With 12 HP, Salsal, this one is a little bit too tricky for him, you imagine. Especially with his position in towards Cubby, adopted by Beanox. Spam. Oh, not quite on the money. I think that's already going to be the call to disengage. Grab an AK from middle. and allow this fourth round to come through.
Yeah, really well done from Flay. The fact that he just remains posted on the angle. Rolls obviously trying to flash his way through because there's no smoke for long. And I think that's why Flay just remains on the boost. He thinks, right, Martinez will have to reposition. After getting the kill, they know the T side that they've got a time in to go up B because there was a third player over in towards middle that was very committed to getting the trade on Kraken. So what you're imagining is we've killed the cave player, so there's one that's going to be on B, one on A, and we know the float, the rotate is still here in middle, in Sasso. So you know you've got a window, you know you've got that opportunity, and Martinez would have to fall back or go for a pick at long. So it's beautiful from Flay, and I love that again, because he's recognized where Martinez is falling back from, he can take the space beyond the bomb site. We've already had that conversation, right, with 9 with the Tech 9s, where they had to go looking for more info. And this time they do exactly that. Alex not prepared for a sniper of all weapons to be closing down the gap in that moment. A 9 of 1 free on the spin. Sure, Gentlemates have got another buy here, but the momentum is slowly starting to shift, and 9 is starting to get some of these gun rounds now.
Yeah, nice sequence of 3 in a row. 5, and you're right back into this. Considering how it started, reset in round 2. We'll swing of rounds where you felt like you could get nothing done, and now, like you can at least bring this within 2. Favored side, but we get this crunch coming out. Mopa strikes Savagey as well. Martinez catches Beanox, getting revenge at the same time. And that 5th suddenly looks a bit more like a fairy tale. Especially now a second player comes over towards Donut to help defend. Rolls looking for the 5 flashbangs, good to get the kill. Now Flay starts to mantle forward. See if he can take this line deep in towards Donut. He's got the bomb though, so he can't really just hold this. Smoke's going to fade shortly. Alex starts to slide into it. And Flay's been left. Rolls has gone back just to see if anyone's on this flank, but right now you can see nobody in this direction. So very separated. These 2 players look to see if they can catch anyone by their lonesome. There might be a chance here for Rolls.
This is really good discipline, again, coming out of Gentlemates. But Flay, that was the opportunity. There's no immediate swing from the CT player. And now Rolls has got time in to activate. Flay can just move back into his safe little corner, and then Rolls can start to creep further forward. So from Flay taking the contact and showing the bomb, why on earth would you think that Rolls is disengaged, but Mopos looks back at the perfect moment? It all felt too quiet on that A bomb site, and that's because it was. Mopos will then claim Flay, and Gentlemates will get that 8th round on the CT side.
brilliant defensive haul from Gentlemates puts them into a strong lead going into this second half. 8-4 the scoreline. 9 though did start to crawl things back towards the end there. That sequence of 3 in a row gives them a chance as they swap into the favored side.
Absolutely, obviously pistol imperative here for 9. Also Kragan and Beanox, who were both delivering on multiple maps yesterday in the quarterfinal, notably absent. And this is quick, really quick. Gentlemates, Beanox will see and remove. In fact, Kragan helps him out and then gets domed through the smoke. Roll steps in, Davy then looks to make his mark on short, and Martinez follows through. There's so much chaos going on right now. The bomb has been planted in the midst of all of this. 2v2, Beanox spams the smoke, but no one's home. Gentlemates have relocated, and the bomb's already halfway gone, and currently there's no kit.
Yeah, got to go fast here. There's none on the site either, so it has to be a full 10-second stick. And it's going to have to be tap on it, committing to this stick, but with Beanox falling, so does the chances in the round. Needed to win that fight out towards long for any chance. Flade is hoping for some exits. But you know they're going to force buy into this next. That's going to be Gentlemates taking the pistol, extending the lead, putting 9 in an uncomfortable spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And as soon as you get the opening kill, if you're Kragan, you've got to be feeling very good about it. And then a bullet just whistles past Beanox's head and goes straight into the dome of Kragan. Brilliant response from Davy as well, pushing short, even though there's a molly up as well. He just takes the initiative. There's so much pressure. There's so much pandemonium all over that B bomb site, and it's too much for 9 to maintain and hold. Flays invested in an M4 in this round. It was the 5-7s of Gentlemates that got the job done against 9. Let's see if with now the bolstered weaponry, the CTs can reply in the same manner.
An M4. A gift for Flay to see what he can do with it. So I'm not put on his shoulders. He's moving with Sedjot, this duo to combine. Oh, sorry, Rolls and Davy. He's been spotted up close. And 4 fires off, and Davy would love to remove this. Rolls gets closer, swings out, and Davy just trying to stay alive, but the drive-by comes in. Sedjot was going to crunch at the same time, but that decision then means Gentlemates move. They know the space here on B. They will take it. Bomb down. Alex on 2 HP. And a retake without a kit again.
Yes, but they've got utility this time. You can smoke in towards ramp. You can drop flashes over. Instead, the smoke's going to go in towards cave. So Sassel's going to deploy his molly. That's going to waste even more time. And as you say, no kit. Time it isn't a premium for 9. They've got to get going immediately. And I don't think this is going to work. They didn't even make audio with Kragan running through the molly. They need to get the kills immediately and get on the bomb. There's simply not enough time to work with. Rolls will try his best, and it's not going to happen. Alex will just mop up as well as Sassel. It's a cleanup in the end for Gentlemates. They survive the scare, and they recognize as soon as they see the red room crunch with that rifle, there's probably going to be a donut element. The space is on B, and Beanox just needed a kill.
Yeah, tricky position to be in, though, with the lesser weaponry and all of these players coming at you. They give it a try. If they had a kit, they actually could have got that retake off as well. The bomb was defused for, I think, about 6 seconds there, 7 maybe, but there was just no chance to get it with the time. It was denied anyway, but I think there was absolutely no chance for Rolls to actually get it off with the time left. Unless he had a kit, but just didn't have the tools for it, and it has to be pistols into this one. So Gentlemates looking for 11. It should be able to do it pretty comfortably with what they're up against. There's a stack out towards long, which is kind of fun. A little boosted player. And this 4th rotate moves over.
Yeah, they're just really hoping the Gentlemates going towards B. And currently that is the decision. They are floating in this direction. Not a lot of utility for Gentlemates, especially when it comes to flashbangs getting into the site. They can drop the smoke, they can drop the molly, they can maybe just cover the entire site in flame and engulf it, but 9 don't actually progress further forward. They say, okay, we know that you're coming B now, and I guess we'll be the nasty surprise lurking in the smoke.
Actually, honestly, not much of a surprise. Kind of disappointing, really. Martinez just eats them alive, and then Davy wants a slice of that cake too.
It's like at Christmas when you get ready to open your presents and it's just another one of those Lynx Africa box sets. Thanks, Mum.
You get to a certain age where you're just hoping for socks.
True. God. We're old.
Yep.
If you're 9, you're not hoping for socks, you're hoping for rounds. This has got to be it now.
Play's got the ult. That could be a difference maker. Needs to be. You need to play some pretty damn good Counter-Strike at this point. Difficult scoreline to come back from. Try and take this middle control. Bomb's grouping up over towards A, though, which at the moment very lightly defended. Closest piece is Flay, who is currently focused in towards middle. Surprised they don't have any eyes over here right now, especially now that they've looked down towards ledge and seen nothing.
It's such a good call from Alex in this position because every single round, Gentlemates have gone B. Every single one. And they know that 9 are going to have to react. They're going to have to try and take middle. They're going to try and crunch in towards heaven because that's where the entirety of Gentlemates have been. There's been no lurk elements, bar from one player. I think Davy G pushed in towards Red Room once in this half, but that's it. So suddenly, you crunch this if you're 9, you get all the space, and oh dear, no one's here. The good news is that you've got a player advantage. The bad news is the bomb's down and you've got no position.
You got no kids. 9 are allergic to buying defuse kits. There's no time.
No, you can't go for this anymore.
You've not even smoked the bomb. Oh, it's a disaster. Now you smoked the bomb, but there's no time. You had no kit. Oh, dear. If they had a kit, they actually could have gone for that, I think. Obviously, you know, money was a premium into that round, but still. Considering how often Gentlemates are getting this bomb down, I'm really surprised that they're not investing in at least one defuse kit to give them a chance in these retakes.
Yeah, the prioritization of weaponry. There we go, we got some kits now. And we got the AWP for Flay still. But it's do or die. 8 times over, Davy G, Martinez commanding on the server. There's only 2 players for 9 who have barely hit double digits. Just been a comprehensive ancient from Gentlemates. We've already spoken about the woes potentially of 9 on Inferno. This semi-final is quickly escaping them.
Yeah, it's a scary thought, isn't it? Of Inferno in wait. I assume 9 have been putting some work into it, but still. Numbers don't lie. This is their best shot in this series. It looks like Gentlemates want to try and run a similar round back. This time with Davy G on this play towards middle with some support. They're fairly contented just to take this control. 9's not offering up no resistance anywhere. So you feel like Gentlemates are just going to commit soon.
That's a good smoke. That gives you so much room in towards middle. You could try and punish a player that's going to try and peek. Yeah, Martinez gets a angle immediately. Kraken, oh, punishes him. But you're not going to be ready for Davy G, surely. And in fact, he's going to take a really big time in. However, Rolls is that second layer they just weren't prepared for. I rate the idea for Davy G. There's just too many players here for 9. They take such a passive setup. Now Sasso and Alex will try to break in towards A. And whilst bones are broken all over the site, Sassol's now trying to make a move into CT, but Flay is watching for him. And there's no time to really get this done for Mopos because the bomb is nowhere near his grasp. Flay will lock it in. There's that double out the AWP that we've been promising all map long. But maybe it's too little too late.
It might just be that's only their 5th round of another 7 they need just for overtime. But I like the setup there. Kraken, what a great kill into Martinez. That did not feel favorable for him at all, but Martinez misses the mark. And I like that play through the smoke. But you're never expecting rolls to be on that angle when you saw Kragan, you know, in the actual donut itself. I think you've made the round-winning play, but it doesn't work out. At least for 9, if they win this round, they will be given a softer round into the next. See Tech9 and Mac10 complementing the armory here, but straight up into B, and this passive setup is allowing the control.
Yeah, they had 4 players over towards Donut. In middle, they were expecting something in towards mid, and instead it's just straight up the B ramp. Kragan loses his life. Now you've got cave control, site control, and a bomb plant. Davig fakes it out. That gets the spam out of Beanox. That's the confirmation. You can get the C4 down for free. Pressure on again for 9. Yes, they've got kits and they got utility, but they're in the player disadvantage and they're fighting for survival on their map pick.
Yeah, Zedjok's got to pick this timing perfectly because there are a lot of eyes that can deal with him. Going to be on these players on site, and Zedjok gets picked. Now it's just one-dimensional. Flay will remove Davig off that perfect molly. Defusing this bomb is going to be the tricky part. Again, time starts to tick down. The swing comes out, and well, now you might be able to get onto it, but you need to do it immediately. The fuse coming through, and the spam is not on the mark. Beanox is just trying to get it done, and he does. The coverage is there from Flay, and the spam a little bit off the mark, but one stray bullet could have knocked 9 out of this map.
Yeah, absolutely could have, and it just feels like they're scrambling. Eventually, they get the job done, but everyone gets off the bomb, double swing ramp, and then he jumps back on. That's so close. That's so close. And the Zedjok flank, not even a requirement. 9 trade beautifully onto this bomb site. Flay holds brilliant lines. Yeah, Beanox just takes an extra second to get that kill on Moppos. It turns out to be the round-winning one as he's able to cut the wires, but that is about as close as it comes. Gentlemate's being given so much space. Alex is calling a perfect game right now because he's reading exactly into what the setups are going to be early for 9, and he's finding the gaps.
At least I can get a bit of room to breathe into this one. It is only the half bite. Yeah, everyone from Gentlemates is contributing here. It's great to see this consistent output across the board. Alex gets up very close in towards Cubby. Now just going to try and split onto this bomb side, but Flay's here with the AWP. Oh, misses the mark, and oh my god, what a shot from Martinez.
That's an
AWP.
Well.
Yeah, an upgrade. Freebie, and now Davig lurks on through. This was meant to be the easy one, and it looks like it might be the round that ends 9's ancient run.
Tell you what, it is an easy one.
A 2-on-4, and they're locked out.
Yeah, easy one for Gentlemates. Making that plant just for CT. There's no way in whatsoever, especially with Davig patrolling in towards CT. And if you get by him, well, there's a whole lot more. This deep angle is tricky. Davig makes light work of it. Kragan, who's been a bystander throughout all of action, now needed to potentially double his kills. And in fact, he won't find anything. 9 pick into this map. They stray away from the norm of what's been happening when these two teams previously face each other. And Ancient's always been close, always been a close affair between these two historically. This has been the most one-sided map of
on this CT side, posting only a 40% win rate on the CT side. That is a concerning number to be looking at. When you look at the caliber of players here, it just shows that, yeah, it's a map that they definitely need to be putting some work in. I wouldn't be surprised if Barry's been helping them out on that, but the fact that they had that Dripman loss 2 days ago, the Misa one 3 days ago, that's recent enough that I think Gentlemates, they should be looking at this, licking their lips and predicting themselves in that grand final in a matter of moments.
Especially when you've got Davig being the highest rated player for Gentlemates on Inferno, and he was unbelievable on Ancient.
Oh my God.
Dear. And when it starts like that, that does not fill you with much confidence. Martinez plucks Beanox out of the sky. Kragan now feels like he needs to get involved early in Banana. There's 3 players here for 9 looking to fight, but currently there's only 1 actually going for it.
This flashbang is being set up here though, but the molly means that, well, they're ineffectual. Wells is holding for the right moment to throw out his flash. Oh, my God, Martinez has done it again. 250. Pristine. And he's waiting for this next swing as well. When's the splashbang come? Finally, it does. And off the swing, Martinez takes another. Finally put down, but he's done his job. Round surely confirmed as Flay finds himself in a 1-on-3.
Yeah, and Flay found himself with the opening kill for 9 on A, but the damage, as you say, already done by that P250. Look at the angle from Mopos. It felt supreme, but Flay will best him. Maybe, just maybe, there's a way in. It will take a miracle. You can see the kit drops on the site, so there is time to work with here. But isolating these kills, that's the next tricky task. No one peeking whatsoever here for the Gentlemates. Flay around the corner, and look at the movement out of Davy G. Flay trying to take his number out of ammo, can't stick the reload in quick enough. Davy G puts him out his misery, and Gentlemates pile even more pressure onto a sorry state of affairs for 9.
What a round for Martinez, a huge highlight. That first kill, let's see that back. The jumping, God, one down. Look at that. He's just holding with that exact play. It's perfection. All these kills, just gorgeous. Just anticipating every one of these moves. Even Gushed, he gets that kill. Exceptional work from Martinez. And 9 immediately forced back. They love these second round forces. This one falls flat. Gentlemates can run away with this first half.
Yeah, that's a damning thing to say, but it's actually just so true as well. Because you're then staring down the barrel of, well, your gun round needs to be immediate in round 4. Otherwise, you are in immense danger. 4 players this time reinforced B, not 3. 3 was not enough on the pistol. Kraken's just recycling the utility in towards top mid, but that's both smokes deployed. He's got a third one, but it's still over a minute left of play. Gentlemates are just taking their time. They're trying to work out the best place to go. And remember, even if they investigate in towards B, they can always pull the plug on it. It's the same set of utility that got them the space previously, but they are still investigating top brackets. They're still identifying reference points in the round. Flashbang up the top of Banana. Is there a counter here for 9? Not yet. In fact, there's no utility whatsoever. It'd have to be pure contact.
And the contact comes in from Alex. Sedgwick gets caught. That's a simple one. That smoke, not the best, but it actually kind of helps them out in that fight. Happy to get that kill, then disengage. He's going to avoid this stack, and with all this space out towards long, you can't blame them for this call. The only threat is in towards the apartments, and be covering bases here. The whole stack moving together. Kraken spotted and dealt. And that will be Gentlemates converting with ease. You're going to hold on to these weapons you forced in here, just so you have something into the next. So simple stuff, it would seem.
They might even hunt them. But you've got enough time to actually maybe give it a little look, and you can keep a couple of players at the bomb. You can maybe just send Sasso on a mission. He spotted Flay and removed him. That's so valuable. As you say, these weapons are at a premium for 9 into the next round. They're not going to be investing a penny. So Beanox is hoping to keep not only the UMP, but the pistol in his back pocket. Feels like he will be able to get away with it. This is just commanding. I love the fact that Davy G just takes the initiative. Smoke is misthrown in Santi. Oh no. Oh dear. Never mind. You will save absolutely nothing if you're 9.
Brutal. Gentlemates get a comfortable 3-0 start, you imagine. How many of these SMGs they'll keep into the round after, and on the damage that 9 can inflict here with these USPs. Well, flashbang set up to see if they can try and get something. I think this angle adopted by Davy G looks fine at the moment. Gentlemates are waiting for this sort of play. SMG will start to have a little look forward. Molly to upset. Surely the splash gets thrown any moment now. Here it comes. It's ineffectual. And the MP7. It's a nice couple of freebies. At the same time, the bomb site's taken on B. One casualty. Make it 2, and that would feel okay. But Davy locking down, keeping hold of this Galil. Sedgwick trying to get cheeky. Just one more kill. What he's looking for, and he might get that on Davy. No, not at all. Nice 4K, making sure that one doesn't get costly.
And Davy G's even aware that Sedgwick could be in second mid, so he throws the MP7 out from underpass, away, down T-ramp. And Sedgwick's like looking for the gun, and he just can't see it. Minimizing just any possibility of damage. And that's another example, by the way, of a missed piece of utility actually coming back to help out Gentlemates. Spoke in the previous about that smoke missing into CT. Here, this molly misses is supposed to go deeper in towards short, and instead it just lands in the mouth, and it completely ruins the flashbang setup. Pretty disgusting. So here we go. Here's that reality that we spoke about, right? 3-0 for Gentlemates, and now a lot resting on this gun round immediately. At least Flay's got an AWP, but it comes at a cost of utility. And 9 are playing off of Banana. They're allowing Gentlemates to have all this control.
This setup's good. 3 players lying in wait. And this is just going to be a straight B execute. So it looks like the call is solid for 9. Lots of utility they can dispense as well to make this awkward on the entry. Flashbang thrown out, spam, good damage. Now utility to further separate. Need the gun out rolls. Oh no, he gets run down. How's that gone so wrong? He still have Sedgwick lying in wait, no! At least there's a team kill, which makes it feel at least like they got something getting into this bomb site. Having been fired the shots then, he might have denied that bomb. Now it's a retake despite having such a good defense here.
And there's one kit again. There's one kit here for 9, but there's no counter utility. One flashbang gets thrown in by Beanox, but Martinez on the angle. Flay will at least swing, but you can't go for this, I don't think. Now it's about just saving to what you initially have. Beanox and Flay looking to get out. Smoke is puffed up to allow a little bit of wiggle room for Flay. Davy will try spam him out, so at least the AWP will live, or will it? Because Sasso on the lurk gets rid of Beanox, and now Flay is in a lot of trouble. Bomb about to explode. Flay now knows he needs to look towards Sasso, and he will remove him. At least that's a tiny saving grace, but Gentlemates, they work their way out and towards the B bomb site, but why is Rolls quick switching in that moment?
Yeah, I don't know how much of a difference it makes. He got drove by, but yeah, it's a little awkward. If he'd just been ready for that first swing, he could have cleared. I mean, Moffas had like 1 HP. The fact that he gets that kill is outrageous. That is disastrous for 9, who had everything they needed in the right place, and they still couldn't hold on.
Nice shot. Oh, he's even got ahead of the top middle smoke to get that kill. Flay doing everything in his power to put that AWP to good use. And I love the fact he hasn't stayed aggressive. He's just backed out. Gentlemates move in, but they don't go in towards apartments, where currently there's a double setup with these MP9s. They try and work their way up long. Surely they anticipate Flay on this angle. Davy G will swing straight into him. It's an easy fight for Flay. And now they know he's here. They're just going to try and smoke him off, but smokes don't stop Flay. He's even able to find the follow-up. That smoke has gone too deep. He's doing everything. 3 kills in the round so far. Beanox now steps out. Oh, of Boiler, dinks Sasso, but Sasso hits one back.
I think the dink should be enough, you imagine. Oh, this is dangerous moves from Alex. Maybe not an approach you're expecting. Walking into library. Oh, he's going to catch rolls. Okay. Waiting for that step back. And there comes the kill. Dodges past that HWP.
He saw him.
And now they have this runway to get in towards B. Sedgwick tucks in towards tree. I don't know if you're going to clear this angle, but they might just pull their way through. In fact, with that smoke, surely they look. But Sedgwick swings. Alex into the clutch, gets that first kill. Gonna have the space to get this bomb down. Remember, there's no kit here. A double approach in from Banana. Currently, this is smoked. But it's an awkward one that allows the progression. Alex falls back. He'll spot Kragan walking through. That's an instant headshot. And now it's Flay who got 3 kills to start this round. And he's needed to clutch. Saves their blushes. Unbelievable. Gentlemates almost make that work from the 2-on-5.
Yeah, and I tell you what, if the AWP of Sasol did not get in the way of Alex's rifle, I feel like they clear Sedge up there and suddenly it's a 2-on-2. Alex does everything to try and make that possible. Good timeout for Berry because that's a stressful situation. Yes, you are able to recover that round all off the hands of one saved AWP, but it doesn't need to be that complicated. It doesn't need to get that out of hand, especially when, as you say, it's a 2v3, 1v3, whatever the like. It should not be that stressful. Flay does everything. Goes ahead of that top mid smoke. He punishes the missed piece of utility again, by the way, from Gentlemates. And yet it still boils down to a 1v1, an individual effort of seismic proportions on this CT side for 9. And Berry with the pause, understanding that this has to be a consistent start to life on the defense. That can't just be a flash in the pan type moment. Otherwise, they're going to get reset and Gentlemates will be back on the ascendancy.
Hero emerges. Flay looks to get active again. This time into apartments. Beanox by his side. He's going to slide past and hold the doorway, enabling Flay to take this aggressive line. LVG swing the wrong direction, and both players get a kill in tandem. Perfection now forces them forward, and Slipshot had a chance there. Gets the headshot, but nothing fatal. Now smokes go, and it's commitment through. Flashbang. Rolls has seen that. Ah, he has no bullets. Oh no! And then Alex just bursts through, catches Kragan with the HE in hand. Rolls, sees that crossover, worried about a flank coming in. 3-on-3, Mopper's still low. Martinez sticking that bomb, no, gets off it. Hearing those footsteps from Rolls. Making it really uncomfortable. This time it is the commit. Bomb will go down. And you still have Flay slowly crawling up Banana. This angle from Alex looks fantastic to deal with him, but how precise is Flay on the clear? Missed the opportunity. Alex, quick headshot. Rolls now has to step forward. Martinez is in the open, but it's this angle on the right-hand side that needs to be cleared, and Beanox swings down. Smoke on towards the bomb. You really want to try and stick this? Maybe. Rolls gets on it. This is a 10-second stick. The knife comes out, almost takes him out. Look at the HP. And now surely, yeah, no time. The Glock comes out, looking to get the job done, and finally will. Martinez goes down, but so does everybody, and the round goes to Gentlemates.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Martinez, sure, he gets his knife out in that situation, doesn't get the kill, he does enough because he just forces him off the defuse. Rolls knows he's just going to die in that moment, and he makes the decision. I'm not going to win the round by defuse, so I'm going to deny the $1,500. That kill on Banana was everything because that gives the space. Moppo, so I love the fact he just commits to that angle on such low HP. He just sits there and he just gives Martinez a slight chance. But also with Alex finding the frag on Flay in Banana, it just gives him room to work. It's a nice try from 9. I like the fact that Rolls, he wanted to swing, he wanted to try and deny the bomb, but he thinks, okay, well, if I just run and I make audio, then Beanox can come in to try and help. It's good moves from both players, but this is a 3v5. This is a 3v5 that should never have been for Gentlemates. But they're just creating so much chaos. They're finding so many opportunities. The push through the smoke from Alex in towards Kragan on CT is everything. And the timeout that Berry wanted, the result is completely different to what actually happens on the server. 5-1, it's a Flay hero AWP once more. But it's 9 running out of options here on the CT side.
Well, Flay was enough to win the round that they did take with that AWP. But you can't just be relying on Flay pulling out a multi-kill to get you every round you get. And, well, he's going to to be avoided at the moment as teammates, most part are here towards A. Just teasing with the util. Sassel gets in towards Boiler so we can watch a short crawl. So they managed to get a lot of space here. And they might even feel with the sort of control that they've got, they just commit into this bomb site.
Yeah, this is nice because you've not seen an advanced peak out of Flay. He's been normally trying to get pretty active, and because you've not really stepped in towards Banana, you don't have that info. In fact, Nine are just going to smoke off long. This gets weird. Beanox will have a fight, but Sassol removes him immediately. And now they're just going to crunch, not only through Moto, but also through Short. They blind each other, but it still works out anyway for the Gentlemates. They create a pincer on towards this bomb site. Nine can't handle it, and Flay is in a very familiar position. He has to save this AWP once again.
Yeah, pincer is just the perfect way to deal with pistols. It's just too hard to do anything to stop it. Sedge's going to creep around, see if he can find some sort of rifle to scavenge. Flay actually might be in a bit of trouble here. He needs to make sure he gets away with his ult, but they are hunting.
Yeah, he's dead.
He does have money, even if he does go down. In fact, Sedge, can we find a second one? No, they actually do all go down. But yeah, he still had money, but it still stings.
Yeah, it stings massively. And it is a good conversation piece that you've brought up here about the over-reliance of Flay, because as we come out of these highlights, just take a look, right? Flay is on 10 kills. The next highest is both Cedra and Beanox on 2. Compare and contrast that. Sassol, Martinez, Davy G, Alex, all on 7. There's so much reliability. There's so much consistency on display here for Gentlemates. For 9, we just need an outlet. Very much is the same conversation that we brought forward before the map even went live. You need one of these riflers to step up in a big way. And look at the tempo shift. Gentlemates are just going in. Immediately, Davy G makes it in towards the pit. He's being covered. He's somehow not dead. Kraken and Rules both find kills. The in-game leader tries his best. For 9 on the side of Moto. It's a 2v2. There's an opportunity. This retake has to stick. This has to be the round for 9.
You're shadow boxing towards pit, but it's fine. And Sentry does some serious damage with a re-smoke lands. Now Martinez locks down the short side. Players can be approaching in this direction, but without utility, how do you even get onto this line? Maybe Sedgwick goes for a wide swing to upset Martinez. Martinez just holds this, gets the shot. He can now just sit back. He's seen that cross, and Sedgwick's immediately on the way out with that orb. So despite the chaos happening in towards pit, I don't know who he's shooting. There must have been some sort of comm that someone's there, or maybe just got confused by the shots behind him. It looked hilarious, but his teammates get all the kills and they get the bomb site and the round.
Just his entry path in, to be honest, because the flashbangs are designed to actually blind the player in mini pit, and his sole goal is to jump through, avoid the player on balcony, avoid the player in mini pit, and just spam in case there's someone there. Mopos does brilliantly to get rid of Beanox. So these flashbangs do all of the heavy lifting. I love it. Again, got to compliment the in-game leading out of Alex here, because that's the fastest round we've seen yet out of Gentlemates. He completely catches 9 off guard. When's the timing of this round for Gentlemates to bring out? Immediately after 9 reinvest. They're not giving them any leeway, no opportunities whatsoever. And again, this buy is just broken in round 9 for the defense.
Yeah, we've seen the reality of those recent results. The CT side been a struggle for 9 and then some. Gentlemates' worst half as well.
No!
And they look brilliant. Mopos just wide swings. Removes Kraken instantly.
I'll go back B, surely. You've just seen a CT smoke, and you've just got an opening pick. You know the utility is going to be quite light anyway. It makes so much sense to just smash in this B bomb site. And I think 9 have recognized that. They say, okay, if you go B, sure, whatever, just have another round. but we need to have what we hold. We need all of this money. We need all these resources because we need the utility. You cannot play a CT side of Inferno without utility. So they're just going to save. 4 players are just going to sit on A for 40 seconds. Gentlemate's going to go up to 8-1.
It's interesting how little we're seeing Nine proactive in Banana. It's been very passive from them. In fact, that's kind of the situation across the map, right? They're more than happy to sit back in these defensive lines. Sure, the economy has been a factor in that in probably half of these rounds. They're in that seesaw moment financially, but even when they've got everything they need, it doesn't feel like they want to take any of that initiative. And Gentlemates are just happy to go through the motions, get the space, get the picks, and then commit. Yeah. It's feeling a bit lackluster from the CT calling against the Gentlemates who are well refined on Inferno.
Yeah, there's no disruption, but also you raise such a good point because think about the setups where Nine have got opening kills. You've had Flay pushing the top mid smoke to get a pick. You've had a double layer in between Flay and Beanox that actually netted 9 of 5 versus 3 that they weren't able to close. But where was that? Oh, it was aggressive in towards apartments. So they actually have got good evidence in this first half that if they take initiative, if they try and fight for some control, more often than not, they're getting the opening pick. So it is a real head scratcher as to why they don't feel emboldened enough to keep going back to doing it.
Maybe this is the output right now. Flay's the only one that's really contributing. 4-9. Kill distribution across the board. Struggling to find that impact. A little bit more aggressive this time, Banana. We do see that half smoke that goes down. Just to allow some control, but they don't commit off it. They're going to fall back again into more passive setups. Do have this porch boost in play. Sedge's just been left alone on B, given this cache of smokes to dispense with. Niner maybe going to be in a troublesome way, unless they can get some success off this and rotate players in time. Beanox gets that kill. When do they move bodies?
It has to be after this smoke goes up for Sedge. Good timing on it. Martinez is still boosted, but only for a moment. Actually, Gentlemates and Alex are going to make a call. They're going to assume that rotates will come over towards this B-bomb site as they've counted the amount of smokes the Sedge has thrown. So suddenly, you're actually going back to A into this Kraken and Flay double setup. 25 seconds, time limited, but the defense needs to hold.
Knobs here, jiggle out, missed shot though. KT drop to slow them down. Kraken needs to be called upon. But they managed to get into the side. Flay gets one, and Kraken can't get it done. Look at the damage. But they get in. The damage might still be enough. Bomb to go down. Smoke is not great out towards Moto. Surely this boiler position gets cleared. Sedge's been picked by the AWP though. Low HP might not matter when you've got 2 AWPs, and they're saving. Oh, it's disastrous. If only they knew. Now the swing comes out with 20 HP. Kraken just needed one of those frags, but the flashbangs and the overwhelming numbers make it so difficult.
I was going to argue the toss about whether he could maybe just go for a defuse, but he hasn't got a kit. I love it. Again, it's just such a good call out of Alex. He's just recognized that there's actually no pressure in towards Banana again, but there isn't any counter flashbangs. There isn't actually any incendiaries going up in Banana whatsoever. All it is one smoke. One smoke. One smoke. What does that normally mean? There's only one player who's just recycling the utility. So as soon as Sedge drops his last smoke, and Martinez is holding on the boost for about 20 seconds, doesn't see anything, Alex actually just calls his team to all rotate over at A because Sedge will be common that suddenly he hasn't got any more utility and he needs help. It's a mastermind of a round out of Alex.
With the opening pick. Flay in such an uncomfortable position there, and yeah, flashbangs and numbers so difficult for Kraken. He had targets, but no easy fights. situation for Nine so many times in these side holds. Gentlemeats, a well-refined machine when they entry. Especially on this A-bomb side, it feels.
This is the best Counter-Strike in a series I've seen all event.
Oh, okay.
So
that's
good.
one way to get an opener.
And again, a proactive move. Pushing Banana, taking the spam fight, being rewarded with a kill, being rewarded for bravery. Something we've not seen Nine do all that much.
It's like the best Counter-Strike in the world, but you can't really stop a bullet that wildly spammed through a smoke, taking your head off.
Look at the gamble again. Another rotate.
And then again, it's in a player advantage position. They're just going to entry in. Straight into this bomb site, the spam, set shot off the mark. Alphas leaps over. Just holding his HE for the bomb tap. There we go, that's well placed. Martinez, though, on the top of first, will remove rolls. So putting him back into the 4-on-4. Plenty of utility here for Nine for this retake.
Yeah, and again, another important fight that's going to be important later. Molly is going to upset Martinez. Flay can't hit the shot, but at least it's info. And oh, Martinez just swings back in. Are you kidding me? And then the Molly puts forward on towards Sedjot, and they know he's locked in the corner. Maybe this Banana fight won't matter whatsoever. Yeah, Kraken and Beanox are calling it quits again. Gentlemates are going to get double digits in the first half. Right here, right now, because sure, you're getting these kills, but they're all inconsequential. They are null and void into the outcome of the round. 10-1. This is more dominant than Ancient was.
It's remarkable how dominant this is. A 4-on-5, but it's just perfection in the execute. And Martinez is something else. The first pick, that one's expected, up on top of first oranges. But it's out re-swing into Flay, just not ready for that at all. After being upset on the angle, yeah, you can see Flay's just falling back to adopt a new angle. Devastating. I mean, a 2-round half, the most they can hope for, it just feels impossible. It really is. Getting a bit more aggressive utility from the CTs. Sad shot. Needs to be careful. Alex doesn't just swing him. They're going to fall back. That space now claimed. Alex hears that disengage, and he's just going to contact up with the low HP. More than happy to take this space. That jiggle does reveal a player, so it will bait out the smoke. Gentlemates can really do whatever they want here.
Finally, a push. Look at this. Look at Flay. He's right behind them. But has he got the read? I think he might have even spotted them. Oh, they're locked in here. Finally, this could be something here for Nine. Flay is comming this over. Beanox can take the contact. Flay can move in behind. How many kills can he grab? It feels like there's a really good opportunity. And the timing prevails. But finally, there's a spark of life here for Nine, right at the tail end of this first half.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. It rolls in towards Nevox should be set for success here. Unless they hard clear him and he gets nothing, but you've seen Mopos cross. Martinez going for the plant. That'll be denied, and now there's no chance for Mopos. So a second will be found. Just kills at this point for Mopos, just making it a bit more painful, but it already feels hella painful. Just 2 rounds for Nine to work with. A grand final awaiting, Gentlemates.
Well, a grand final call-in for Gentlemates, but elimination on the brink here for 9. And there could be a capacity where in this series, in this semi-final, they might not even get double digits across both maps. That's the reality right now. And we always knew Inferno was going to be a tall order for 9, but it's just been so comprehensive and so complete out of the Gentlemates. Martinez, who also got an opening in the first 2 seconds of the pistol previously, maybe looks for another one here. Davi Alex based in. There's 4 players right here ready to receive for Gentlemates. Davi will still find 2, and he's alive. Alex is now baited in. Davi finds a 3rd. There is no safe space for 9.
No hope, it feels. That was just desperation fighting in towards the corner there. Rolls into the 1-on-5 for any chance. All right, he's found 2. You know, this isn't impossible when you look at the HPs of 2 of these players and the time that he has to work with. Well, he doesn't even have armor. Smoked off right now. That's going to fade very shortly. You imagine the quantity of bodies in this corner is going to make this all but impossible for Rolls. Reduce the low HP one. A bait on the swing and information on a second player. Oh, but never mind. Don't even need that second player. Davi steps in. Gentlemates will get that 11th. And now they're ever closer to taking this series in 2.
And again, I just love how they play it. Double up in towards arches. Let Davi in the low HP take the contacts, and you can double swing. You can even have another bait and switch in towards the arch if you need to. I can't believe Davi gets away with 3 counts of murder through that long smoke. And the desperation is exactly the correct adjective to describe that out of 9. Just trying so desperately to grab any kill, something back in the round. They walk away empty-handed. And now they're going to be buying for the rest of the series. Alex has already spotted Kraken. It'd be an interesting difference to see in these potential few rounds we've got left here of Inferno, how much banana control Gentlemates takes. I don't even think 9 progress beyond the half wall, all half.
Just in top car is we'll have that rotation start to move over to help out A. Some smokes get thrown out. Good timing on that one to block Beanox. This also gets up very close to that smoke. And great HG. Look at the damage that did. Almost 150. Davi looking to inflict some more with his bullets. And comes over. He dodges. Come through. The pistols have overwhelmed.
Yeah, Martinez will find Flay at least. The MP9 is now starting to accelerate, but Beanox in the pit. Sejop, low HP, but it might not matter as he is able to follow through on Alex. A good pop from 9. It works out enough to give them a little bit of a sense of self. Sasso tucked in that corner, completely overwhelmed. Double flashbangs over towards the mini pit. Enough layering to get them in. Trade's brilliant out of this T side.
Yeah, good stuff coming in. Like Sasso's angle was guaranteed something. They're diligent on the clears. Attack from the scout. Yeah, get as many of those as possible to the pistols. Best buy for Gentlemates off the. A commitment into B would actually feel cool. Now that smoke. Let's slow them down, but Rolls might want to just commit through. Oh, it doesn't quite. Davi he's gone on an adventure. That sort of play catches him out.
Oh, Sasso now with the swing will at least reveal that there are players just lurking out and still remain in destination relatively unknown for where 9 want to head. But if they go B, they are walking into a layered setup. Alex on the boost, Martinez here with the scout, just trying to set up these pistol players for as much as possible. There is a molly. It can be put forward by Rolls and towards this corner. Martinez about to be smoked off at the pass immediately, so he'll relocate. And Mopos will get close with this Deagle. See what they can do with 35 seconds. That break on the smoke. Immediate clear out of Rolls, but it's Martinez that has the last laugh with the scout, and Alex on the boost has got rid of Sejot. This is falling apart. Martinez still alive, needs to be evicted, and is by the in-game leader. Bomb can now be planted. Sassol and Alex step in, but the digits are punched just in the nick of time. And Sassol was now on this late lurk through Banana. He gets rid of Beanox. There's a chance. AK versus MP9, but timing merely was there for Sassol. Beanox on a swivel, and 9 can win back-to-back rounds for the first time on Inferno.
Finally, some signs of life coming in from 9. That could have been a disaster when that smoke faded, but the bomb just about getting down in time prevents any sort of upset. And they get a chance to actually breathe here. Just a HE, couple of pistols. Not much to contend with. And goes for a search and doesn't find success. Mopos does. And that's just USPs to contend with. He should be able to deal with this pretty readily.
Should be fine. Yeah, Alex will just swing desperately with the MAC-10. Sassol, last one left. 9 will at least get a little bit of comfort. They need a hell of a lot more than that, of course. They need to somehow win this Inferno to extend play in this semi-final to a third and final map. It isn't all decided just yet, but it feels like Gentlemates is in a good position. Now they've got all the guns and the utility.
You're going to be missing a few pieces here. No kit at all either. Obviously that all not present for Martinez. Nine can't make any mistakes, can't afford it. The timing on that smoke drop becomes just as 9 start to push through. Up, but WG overlooks. The trades are good. Sassol only good for the 1 up on porch. That's going to enable them to go straight into this bomb site. They have removed all the A defenders.
And look at Kragan as well. He's holding for the B rotate. Mopos is going to walk to his death momentarily, you feel, because why on earth would you expect that from Kragan? But Mopos looks back. 2v2, and that gives a chance. Maybe you can still give this a look in if you're the Gentlemates. You've got loads of rounds to play with if you want to give this a go. The difficulty is there's no defuse kit available. Mopos is going to take his time working his way through the apartments. Alex now steps out over towards Moto. Needs to clear sight, needs to clear both Mini and Big Pit. But the big player dealt with. And Alpha is thrown into the clutch. The molly lands at his feet and the bullets land in his face. Alex does everything. Is there enough time for this defuse? It's going to be ever so close. It looks like they're cheering about it. Has Alex got enough time for that defuse? Yes, he does. Gentlemates get up to grand final point, all off the back of the in-game leader's heroics.
What an amazing moment from Alex. The setup in towards Mini and Big Pit feels perfect, but Alex expecting both those angles. You get to see he's locked in on them. Not worried about sight at all. What a clear onto the Big Pit player. Almost gets caught. Play had a chance here, but can't quite hit those shots, and Alex, pristine. 7 chances now for Gentlemates to close. 9 backs against the wall as Martinez's ult comes into the fold, and he looks to try and make a mark. Can't get the shot, but it's a warning one fired off.
At least he's out, right? Flay couldn't punish him. Beanox will take the spaces towards the apartments with Sejot as a consequence here for Gentlemates. So Martinez falling back, but then they step forward. Double layer and anti-flash for Davy G, and it feels very good, and the spray's even better. And that's why he plays anti. Martinez takes the shot and acts as the bait, and Davy G is put in perfectly. Alex now waits patiently towards the side of the wood. He actually wants to go for an aggressive peek. He knows there's not much time left on this smoke at the half wall. He knows that there's a 2-player advantage. They can sense the grand final, and they don't want to make any mistakes.
9 are going to group. The only option now over towards B. An information play in towards middle. Oh, was Flay spotted? I think so. WD's gonna keep on moving forward. Mopos boosted up. And a third player starts to rotate over. It's a double push. Surely there's just no way through, especially with the backstab. Rolls, falls with the bomb. Flay scoops it up and gets away. But you still got 3 players to contend with here on B. And that boost still in play. Dragon crosses. Can't get that first kill though in play. An impossible 1v5. Alex gets it done. A double to close. Gentle mates make it look easy. A 2-0 victory over 9. They get their revenge. And they get a spot in the grand final.
Comprehensive. That's the best way to describe that out of the Gentle mates. Phenomenal Counter-Strike on display. And they made it so